Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I wanted to share with you these beautiful things that have been gifted to me by Arteza. So let me show you in detail what is here. Here we've got two beautiful large mixed media pads, and each one contains 60 sheets. They're very large. One side is smooth, the other side is a little rougher, depending on what kind of a look you want with your artwork. These are the real brush pens, and in there are 48 different colours. And they have real brush nibs so that you can get a wonderful effect with your watercolouring. In here we have the watercolour pencils, and you've seen me using these before because I did a lovely picture with some flowers on it. And here we've got all these beautiful colours for you to use. The quality is excellent and they really do blend very, very well. So in there we have all these colours, all these rainbow colours, and you have 72 different watercolour pencils. Now in this one we have the fine liner pens, and these again have got some beautiful colours. They will match your paints, and you can use these to fill out anything that's missing in your drawings. They have a very fine line on them and they are really beautiful colours. And then last but not least we have these beautiful watercolours. They come in a fold out box that has a complete palette in it, so that you can mix and match your colours as you want, and you also get a water brush. So you can mix your colours onto this palette or onto this one as you wish. And all the different names of the colours are all on this leaflet that's inside it. So along with the watercolour paints, I'm going to be using the Spring and Summer Stamp and Die Set and the Sentiments Stamp and Die Set from Card Making Magic, and these are available at CraftStash. So from the Sentiments Stamp and Die Set I've taken this largest die and I'm going to cut this out with some masking paper. And then I've taken Happy Birthday from the stamp set and I'm going to use that in the card as well. Now from the Spring and Summer Stamp and Die Set, I'm going to stamp the flowers that actually fit the dies. So I shall be using these and this one, and then I shall have to fussy cut some of the leaves out. So from the watercolour pad I've cut myself a piece of card that is 5 inches by 7, and I shall be using it in landscape. From the die set I'm going to place the die where I want it on my card, and then with the Happy Birthday I'm going to place that in the centre and stamp that down. And then once I've done that I'm going to take this one and cut out a piece of masking paper. So I've placed the card in a stamp positioner, and I'm going to stamp that up with some ink that is compatible with watercolours. So I'm using Jet Black Archival ink. So we'll shut the door on the positioner and pick the stamp up, and then we'll ink it up with the ink. Now once I've inked it I'm going to sprinkle it with some clear embossing powder. So we'll do that again so it goes a really deep black. And now I'm going to heat that up with the heat gun. So once I have this stamped and embossed, I can take off the backing paper to my masking paper, and I'm going to pop that over the top of the words. So now I have another piece of watercolour card. This is just a spare piece that I'm going to stamp some of these images on, but I'm also going to stamp them around this masking paper. So I've chosen the ones that I want to use and some leaves, and I've added them to blocks. So stamping the heads and the leaves onto your spare piece of card is easy to do. You're just going to add those in a random fashion. Now with this, all I want is the rose head. So I've just stamped it down at the bottom, and I shall just ink up the head part to this flower, and we'll add this, I think we'll add it on this side. So with the rose, I also want to mask it off, so I've stamped it onto my masking paper, and I'm going to use the die just to cut that out. So now that I have the rose masked off, we'll take the leaves, and we'll use this one. We'll stamp this leaf down, and we'll come just around the rose. So now you can keep on stamping and masking as you like, but I'm only going to do this corner and then a few down here. Now all these little bits that you cut with your either your dies or your fussy cutting, keep these because you can pop your masks back onto these and reuse them maybe another couple of times. So now while I have everything masked off, I'm going to take this Sunburst stencil, and I'm just going to place it over the top of the happy birthday, and all I'm doing is using ink that's already on my brush just to stretch out some colour in the areas where there are no leaves. So there's the finished card with its little frame around the happy birthday sentiment, and you can decoupage your flowers as much as you like. Here's another one done with the same stamp set, but this time I've added my oval and this layer separately and just put happy birthday across the top. But again, I've decoupaged the flowers and some leaves onto it. So to create both of these cards, I've used the Spring and Summer Stamp and Die set and the Sentiments Stamp and Die set, and they're from Card Making Magic. But the star of the show has to be the Arteza watercolours and the water brush, and that's given me a beautiful effect on my cards that are now ready to send. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.